Joint conduct problem. So as we stated in the last video, if Alice's statement involves more than one person's possible conduct, we would have this joint conduct problem. So in this example, the Alice statement was, I'm going to a five-star restaurant to have dinner with Harry. So in this statement, the issue is not only the Alice state of mind and possible conduct, but also the state of mind and possible conduct of Harry. So in this situation, we have a theoretical difficulty here. Meaning is, in this particular example, we know Alice should know her own state of mind. That is very clear. But the issue is, how could we be sure Alice would also know Harry's state of mind? So for this theoretical issue, we can look at this simple example. This Adams statement. So let's look at this Adams three statements. And if Adams statement is, I'm going to the library, we know this statement would be admissible under the state of mind exception. Because Adams' statement, I'm going to the library, is Adams' then existing state of mind. So this statement should be admissible under the exception. But if Adams' statement is, Bill is going to the library, we would have a problem. Actually, this statement would not be covered by the state of mind exception, because Adam can know his own state of mind, but Adam cannot know another person's state of mind. So it is no reason for us to believe Adam can state Bill's state of mind. So for Adam to say Bill is going to go to the library, this statement certainly would not be covered by this state of mind exception. So we believe that is very understandable. One person cannot state another person's state of mind. He can only state his own state of mind. But what if Adam's statement is, I'm going to meet Bill in the library? So in this statement, and then we know Adam actually is not only stating his own state of mind, but he's also stating the possible state of mind and conduct of Bill. So this is what we call, in a statement, we would have this joint conduct problem. Meaning is, in a statement, this statement would involve more than one person's possible conduct. So we would have this joint conduct problem. So as an evidence law issue, how do we resolve this issue of a statement concerning joint conduct? So in evidence law, we would say, for this statement involving joint conduct to be admissible, there must be cooperation. So that is this cooperation is the most important concept we have to understand. So once again, for a statement concerning joint conduct to be admissible, there must be cooperation. Meaning is, by cooperation we mean there must be evidence indicating one of the parties mentioned in the statement actually took steps to carry out the stated conduct. This requirement actually is very understandable. If, let's look at this Adams statement. If Adams statement is, I'm going to meet Bill in the library, say at 2 o'clock, and then if 5 minutes to 2, and then Adam actually just starts to go to the library. And then we would understand most likely Bill would also be there to wait for Adam. That is a very reasonable assumption. But if Adam said, I'm going to meet Bill in the library at 2, but Adam would not take any action, would not go to the library at any point. And then we know if that is the case, most likely Bill would not be there either. So that is the reason why in this joint conduct problem, in a statement involving joint conduct problem, we require cooperation. So Adam's statement, I'm going to meet Bill in the library, for this statement to be admissible, there must be evidence indicating Adam actually takes steps to go to the library. And then for this Alice and Harry's example, that is the same thing. For Alice's statement that she was to have dinner with Harry in a restaurant to be admissible, there must be evidence indicating Alice actually took steps to go to the restaurant. So if Nancy actually saw Alice take a taxi, go to the restaurant, and then Nancy actually would be able to testify as to Alice's statement, because Alice indeed, there is evidence indicating Alice took steps to carry out what she stated she would do. Then we would come to this case we have in the chapter United States versus Pfister. In the case, we know Larry was the victim of the crime. Larry was kidnapped and murdered and by the defendant. The defendant actually was this person by the name of Angelo. And then the evidence law issue was whether Larry's friends could testify as to Larry's statement. Larry's statement was, I'm going to meet Angelo in the parking lot to get a pound of grass. So the issue is whether this statement would be admissible or not. So if we look at this statement, we know this is a statement involving two people's conduct. We have this joint conduct problem in this statement because the statement was, I'm going to meet Angelo in the parking lot. So we know not only Larry, but also Angelo's conduct was implicated in this statement. So the ruling of the court in the case was Larry's friends could testify as to Larry's statement. Why? Because in the case, we did have a cooperation. Meaning is Larry's friends saw Larry stand up, leave the table, and go to the parking lot. These friends, they were having dinner together, and after Larry made his statement, he stood up, left the table, and went to the parking lot. And his friends saw that. So that was a cooperation, meaning as Larry actually took steps to carry out what he stated he would do. So based on this, because in the case we had this cooperation, so the ruling of the court was this Larry's friends could testify about this Larry's statement. Once again, Larry's statement involving joint conduct problem, but because there was cooperation, so the statement would be admissible. It is very important for us to remember, for us to understand this. There is a limitation in this application of this state of mind exception. That is, the state of mind exception does not include statements of memory or belief. So, what we need to understand is this. The state of mind exception covers only statements of a person's then existing state of a mind, and it does not cover statements of a memory. So if a person makes a statement of makes a state of mind statement, for example, I'm going to the library, and this statement would be future pointing statement. So a state of mind statement usually is a future pointing statement. So this exception would cover these future pointing statements. But if a statement was from one's memory, and then that statement would be past pointing, would be a past pointing statement. For example, if a person said, last Friday I was in the library, that is a statement from one's memory, meaning is the person is remembering that he was in the library last Friday. So this statement would not be covered by this state of mind exception. Why do we make this distinction? Because based on our observation, we believe people are more likely to lie about a past event than about a future event. So if that is a future pointing event, we believe, if that is a future pointing statement, we believe we would have this circumstantial guarantee of trustworthiness in this statement. But if that is a statement from memory, and if the statement is past pointing, we do not believe we have this circumstantial guarantee of trustworthiness, because there would be many reasons for people to lie about something already happened. So that's why in this state of mind statement, we believe there is a circumstantial guarantee of trustworthiness, but in a statement from memory, we believe there is no such circumstantial guarantee of trustworthiness. So this exception would not cover statements of memory. Let's look at what happened in this Norton versus State. In this case, Norton was on trial for murdering Bailey. Norton was Bailey's employer, and Bailey was working in Norton's shop. So what happened in the case was, in the morning, Bailey received a phone call from Norton. Norton said, you need to come to the shop to do some work. And then Bailey went over there, and then Norton just killed him over there. So the evidence law issue in the case was whether Bailey's widow could testify about Bailey's statements before Bailey left the house to go to the shop. But in this, we need to break down these Bailey's statements to understand what is admissible, what is not admissible. Bailey's statement, I'm going to the shop, this statement would be admissible because this is a state of mind statement. I'm going to the shop. That is the same thing as we already discussed. I'm going to the library. So that is a statement. That is a statement about Bailey's then existing state of mind. So this statement is admissible. But Bailey's statement, Norton asked me to go to the shop. This statement would not be admissible because what happened, we know in the morning, Bailey received this phone call from Norton, and Bailey talked to Norton over the phone, and after Bailey placed this receiver, and then he told his wife, Norton just called me, he asked me to go to the shop. We know that was a statement from Bailey's memory, even though that was just a moment ago, but that was still a statement from his memory. And then if a statement was from one's memory, and then this statement would not be covered by the state of mind exception. So in this case, the ruling of the court was Bailey's statement, I'm going to the shop, was admissible, but his statement, Norton called me and asked me to go to the shop, that statement would not be admissible. It is very important for us to remember state of mind exception does not cover statements of memory.